What's up everyone, and thanks for checking out this video. I'm just going to break down what I was playing on the guitar in a minute, as well as just showing you what went into the project file for this little beat. I think it turned out really nicely. It's something I'm definitely going to finish off and make into a full track. So yeah, I'll just show you what VSTs I've used and what I was playing on the guitar. And quickly before I do, happy 2022 to everyone. There's going to be a lot of new content coming out this year. I've got a lot of projects on the go that I'm excited to talk about. And the first one being the sample pack, which is now going to drop next week. I had some issues, so I couldn't drop it this week, but the website should be ready and good to go for next week. So that will introduce the brand new sample pack, which I'm really excited to share with everyone. So there's some really nice guitar and piano sounds, as well as drums, ambiances, Foley, all sorts of different textures and additions that you can use in your songs. So that will now drop on the 16th of January next Sunday, along with some competitions that I'm going to launch at the same time, as well as my new website launching, which will also have some new merch, including this t-shirt and lots of cool embroidered hoodies and designs. So yeah, excited to share that with you next week. But for now, I'm just going to break down this track and exactly what I was playing. So the main progression is pretty simple. I sort of figured it out on the acoustic guitar. So the core of the track is quite simple. They're just two different changes, and it's quite an easy one to sort of solo over, which is why I like to do this sort of thing to start a track off, because it gives you a lot of freedom when it comes to the soloing and the adding layers to the track and so on. So I'll start off with the progression. So starting off playing a C on the A string, which is the 3rd fret on the A string, and then playing open D and open G. So this is in 115 BPM and it's a 3/4 track. So I'm sort of doing it in threes. So I'm playing the C, D, G, C, D, G, and then I hammer on the 4th fret on the G string, playing the B. So it's C, D, G, C, D, B, C, D, G, C, D, B. And then the same thing again, except for rather than 3rd fret on the A string, I'm playing 3rd fret on the E string. So then it's E, not playing the A string now, but still playing the open D, open G. So it's E, D, G, E, D, B, hammering on the 4th fret again, E, D, G. And then at this point, I just play the B, the C, and then G. So 4th fret, 5th fret, open on the G string, and that is it. It just loops around like that. And then the rest of the track, really, I'm just soloing over in the E minor pentatonic, and I start to layer in a little bit of piano and some vocals and some drums. So I'll just break those down now as well. Okay, so this is the project file. It's not really a full mixed track. It's more sort of just like a live performance that adds textures in as the track progresses, as you saw in the introduction video demo. So I'll just break down what I've got going on. So the way I've done this is, first off, I've just got some bog standard coffee shop atmosphere, which is going to be an appearance in the next sample pack next week. So you can check that out next week. So yeah, I've got that in the background, and I start off with this guitar loop. So what I do with this is I've got the sort of raw recording, which is going through my Amplitude 4, just for the cab simulation, some saturation, a bit of compression, and some reverb. So all that's happening, and I record that, and then what I do is I flatten it after adding soothe. So soothes a little bit CPU heavy. It just cuts out some of the sort of more resonant frequencies, and then I can flatten it, and I've got this recording, which is what's playing, which is just a much smoother recording. So they're both the same thing, and then overall I'm just left with this nice clean guitar recording. And then again, the same thing happened here with the lead line. So the same guitar rack, but I've also got some fresh air and a spaced out plugin, which is just a really smooth, sort of long-tailed reverb. Just give this really sort of ethereal ambience. Really loving the spaced out reverb if you want a sort of massive reverb, so you can check that out in the description down below. If you use code Mondo10, you'll get 10% off. But yeah, of the baby audio stuff, this is by far my favourite. That's the 2 guitar lines. And then on top of that, I've just got this bass line, which is going through, again, it's been flattened, but the original one was just going through the archetype Corey Wong P-Bass preset. So I've not really changed anything. I'm just going DI straight into the P-Bass preset. That's it. And then next up, I recorded this drum and snare combo. So these are both going to feature in my new sample pack. I've just robbed them from that. So I'm using Dusty Kick 1 and the Wood Snare 1, which will be out in the new pack. There will be like a free version of the pack as well. So it's stuff for everyone in the new pack. But yeah, just sort of like a wooden percussive snare. and a kick. And then next up is just the hi-hat recorded. So I recorded that just quickly with this mic here. And then I've cut the low end, cut some of the high end, added this really cool sketch cassette, which is, again, sort of muffling it a little bit. Taking away some of the highs, giving it that sort of worn out cassette feel. A little bit of reverb with neoverb. Just sort of like quite a realistic reverb. And then I've got a panner on there for some stereo width as well. So that is just the hi-hats. And then I layered in this piano, which was from the Alpha Arnold's Composer Toolkit. Just the mixed version of it. This felt grand. And then some spaced out on there as well. Just give it that dreamy reverb. And then finally, so last up is this Oliver Patrice Pool Project VST, which I mentioned in the past. It's one of the Spitfire Audio originals. So they're quite a cheap VST, but they've got some great sounds. And I'm just using the solo voices presets with a high cut, a low cut, and some portal on there, giving it that sort of choppy feel. So this is the radial flutter effect. I'll just increase the volume. So you can hear it a bit better. And then all together we just got this final product. But yeah, that's it for this week's video. I'd love to know in the comments down below what you guys are working on for 2022. Are you still working on some more lo-fi projects, or are you changing genres, or have you got some new exciting things on the go? We'd love to hear about it in the comments down below. But yes, stay tuned for next week's sample pack with the new competition release as well, and I'll catch you next time.